What is the coolest race car of all time? Would you say it's the Porsche 956? Or perhaps the McLaren F1? Or maybe the Ferrari 250 GT? Well, today we are going to show you a car built out of the most fierce competitive spirit of two of the most famous men in automotive history, a spirit that will never die. The Ford GT40 is a high-performance endurance racing car commissioned by the Ford Motor Company. It grew out of the Ford GT project, GT standing for Grand Touring, which was an effort to compete in the European long-distance sports car races against Ferrari, which won the prestigious 24 Hours of Le Mans race from 1960 to 1965. Ford succeeded with the GT40, winning the 1966 through 1969 races. The effort began in the early 1960s when Ford Advanced Vehicles began to build the GT40 Mark I, based upon the Lola Mark VI at their base, Slough, UK. After disappointing race results, the engineering team was moved in 1964 to Dearborn, Michigan. The range was powered by a series of American-built Ford V8 engines modified for racing. In 1966, the GT40 Mark II broke Ferrari's streak at Le Mans, notching the first win for an American manufacturer in a major European race since Jimmy Murphy's triumph with Duesenberg at the 1921 French Grand Prix. In 1967, the Mark IV became the only car designed and built entirely in the United States to achieve the overall win at Le Mans. The 40 represented its height of 40 inches, or 1.2 meters. The contemporary Ford GT is a modern homage to the GT40. Henry Ford II had wanted a Ford at Le Mans since the early 1960s. In early 1963, Ford reportedly received word through a European intermediary that Enzo Ferrari was interested in selling to Ford Motor Company. Ford reportedly spent several $1 million in an audit of Ferrari factory assets and in legal negotiations, only to have Ferrari unilaterally cut off talks at a late stage due to disputes about the ability to direct open-wheel racing. Ferrari, who wanted to remain the sole operator of his company's motorsports division, was angered when he was told that he would not be allowed to race at the Indianapolis 500 if the deal went through. Since Ford fielded Indy cars using its own engine and didn't want competition from Ferrari, Enzo cut the deal off out of spite, and Henry Ford II, enraged, directed his division to find a company that could build a Ferrari beater on the world endurance racing circuit. To this end, Ford began negotiations with Lotus and Lola. The Lola proposal was chosen since Lola had used a Ford V8 engine in its mid-engined Lola Mark VI, also known as Lola GT. It was one of the most advanced racing cars of the time and made a noted performance in Le Mans in 1963. The Ford GT40 was first raced in May 1964 at the Nürburgring 1,000-kilometer race, where it retired with suspension failure after holding second place early in the event. Shelby's first victory came on their maiden race with the Ford program, with Ken Miles and Lloyd Ruby taking a Shelby American-entered Ford GT40, number 16, to victory in the Daytona 2,000-kilometer in February 1965. In February, the GT40 again won at Daytona. This was the first year Daytona was run in the 24-hour format, and Mark IIs finished first, second, and third. In March, at the 1966 12 Hours of Sebring, GT40s again took all three top finishes, with the X1 Roadster first, a Mark II taking second, and a Mark I in third. Then, in June, at the 24 Hour of Le Mans, the GT40 achieved yet another 1-2-3 result, thus ending Ferrari's domination of Le Mans and the beginning of the story of one of the greatest sports cars in history, the Ford GT40. Ford reintroduced the Ford GT in 2005 and 2006, which closely resembled the Ford GT40, and then Ford again reintroduced the Ford GT in 2016. And on the 50th anniversary of their first victory back in 1966, they won the 24 Hours of Le Mans again. And in 2017, at the Rolex 24 in Daytona, they put the cherry on top and finished first, third, and fourth, missing the second place spot by just 2.88 seconds. Thanks for joining us for this video. If you liked it, feel free to give that like button a gentle little caress. And then take a look at this other video right here that we selected just for you.